2016 Cleveland, Ohio. A billionaire steps onto the Republican National Convention stage. Most Silicon Valley executives distance themselves from this candidate. This man writes a $1.25 million check instead. His name is Peter Thiel. The PayPal co-founder built a CIA surveillance company. A $10 million legal war destroyed an entire media empire. The current vice president received $15 million from his pocket. His software tracks immigrants through IRS records and cell phone data. Early investments shaped Facebook, SpaceX, and OpenAI. One essay declares freedom and democracy incompatible. Public appearances remain rare. Shadows provide better cover. So how did Peter Thiel secretly buy the US government? 2010, New York City. A television production brings together two brilliant strategic minds, Peter Thiel and Garry Kasparov, the legendary chess grandmaster. Their conversations often wander through politics, technology, and their shared obsession, chess. Thiel carries an unusual credential for a billionaire, national chess master. Since his teenage years, he idolized Kasparov. The feeling is mutual. Kasparov considers Thiel among the most formidable entrepreneurs on the planet, someone who bets aggressively and reads tomorrow before it arrives. His ventures have produced technologies reshaping civilization. He helped construct modern tech's foundation, a sector responsible for countless jobs and trillions in wealth. During their evening together, both men visit a local chess club. Thiel challenges the club owner to speed chess. Thiel triumphs. Kasparov draws a direct line between chess mastery and business success. Chess rewards those who calculate future possibilities. These same instincts dominate boardrooms and political arenas. Eventually, these two masters drift apart. Kasparov dedicates his life to promoting democracy worldwide, remaining a persistent obstacle for Putin. Peter Thiel charts an entirely opposite course. Observers worry he represents a growing menace to American democratic institutions. Watching billionaires like Thiel manipulate political systems sends chills down spines. 1975, an 8-year-old Peter Thiel lands in Swakopmund with his family. This Namibian coastal town was once a German colony. After spending several years in Ohio, the Thiels now call this place home. Apartheid South Africa controls this region during this era. The town desperately preserves its Germanic roots in unsettling ways. Hitler's birthday celebrations still happen here. Some residents exchange Nazi salutes as everyday greetings. Klaus Thiel, Peter's father, secures an engineering job at a uranium mine outside town. This facility operates in complete secrecy and controversy. International regulations forbid South African mining operations here. They ignore these rules entirely. The extracted uranium powers South Africa's classified nuclear weapons program, arsenals meant to defend against Soviet invasion and maintain apartheid dominance. British activist organizations later revealed that black workers endured brutal and unsafe conditions inside these mines. White families experienced something entirely different. The Thiels enjoy tremendous privilege, modern healthcare facilities, memberships at exclusive country clubs, premium private schooling for their children. Peter reportedly first attends a whites-only institution in Johannesburg before moving to a German-language school in Swakopmund. Teachers there promote Christian nationalist beliefs and portray white South Africans as the real victims. Young Peter absorbs this environment during his most impressionable years. His family thrives within a racial hierarchy system. His father's profession directly serves military ambitions of this oppressive government. One fundamental idea permeates everything around him. Certain humans deserve power while the masses exist to obey. 1978, the Thiel family relocates back to America. Peter is now 10 years old and transforming into a quintessential bookworm. Science fiction and fantasy novels consume his attention, especially Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. Academically, he dominates his classmates. Before turning 13, he ranks among the best young chess players in the entire country. The 70s and 80s offer harsh treatment for intellectual kids. Peter faces constant harassment from peers, yet deep inside, he recognizes his own brilliance and future potential. A sticker on his chessboard declares his mindset, born to win. Ambition drives Peter relentlessly. He commits to grueling study schedules targeting America's finest university. Stanford sits atop the rankings during this period. Peter earns admission in 1985. Reality crushes his expectations immediately. Instead of ambitious intellectuals, Peter encounters endless parties and socializing. Studying interests him far more than drinking. Classmates mock his serious attitude. Author Max Chafkin notes something significant. Peter perceives his tormentors as politically liberal. This association apparently stays with him permanently. Peter embraces Reagan-era conservatism, while Stanford leans heavily leftward. Campus protests against Reagan and apartheid erupt regularly. Peter finds himself opposing these demonstrators. Chafkin's research uncovers classmates remembering Peter defending apartheid using economic arguments, claims Peter later denies. Libertarian philosophy provides intellectual cover for such positions. True libertarians believe maximum personal and economic freedom creates ideal societies. Government interference represents the enemy. Extreme versions place property rights and free markets above everything, including social justice concerns. Through this lens, apartheid's civil rights abuses become acceptable trade-offs for economic prosperity. By sophomore year, Peter gains recognition as a hardcore libertarian. Feeling isolated and outnumbered by campus progressives, he adopts a strategy he'll repeat forever: building networks of ideological allies. Alongside 11 conservative classmates, Peter launches the Stanford Review. This provocative newspaper attacks campus culture relentlessly from the right. Certain articles generate massive controversy. Inflammatory statements about various groups, arguments against curriculum diversity, even passionate defense of a student later convicted of serious crimes. Peter seeks more than attention. He craves wealth, power, and influence. As a founding editor, the publication transforms him into a recognized public intellectual. Prominent conservatives notice. A book deal follows. Peter co-writes The Diversity Myth with David Sacks, now serving as Trump's AI and crypto advisor. Their book claims universities breed leftist conformity, racism barely exists anymore, and diversity programs threaten Western civilization. Both authors later apologize for certain passages, yet identical anti-woke arguments dominate today's political victories. Peter graduates Stanford Law in 1992 and heads to New York chasing Supreme Court clerkships. Despite perfect credentials, both justices reject him. This unfamiliar failure triggers a quarter-life crisis. He temporarily returns to his parents' home. Soon enough, Peter discovers his gift for transforming defeats into triumphs. 1996, Silicon Valley is experiencing explosive growth. The tech sector offers limitless opportunities, overflowing investment capital, and most importantly, rules that remain undefined. Peter wants a piece of this action. He lacks coding skills entirely, but talented programmers can handle that part. Peter dives into hedge fund strategies, gathers investment capital, and transforms himself into a venture capitalist. His provocative writing continues alongside this new career. The Wall Street Journal publishes his column attacking Indigenous Peoples Day as anti-Western ideology. A random encounter changes everything. Peter crosses paths with Max Levchin, a gifted young cryptography expert. Max obsesses over Palm Pilots, those bulky handheld devices. During this era, they function as glorified calendars with basic internet access. Most investors would dismiss a 20-something rambling about Palm Pilots. Peter operates differently. Max envisions these devices connecting directly to business systems. Imagine linking your personal gadget straight to your bank account. An entirely fresh market would open up. The missing piece? Building an encrypted network enabling secure communication between handheld devices and corporate infrastructure. Max believes he can solve this puzzle. His thinking is years ahead of everyone else. Peter immediately grasps the opportunity. Within 24 hours, he commits $4 million. This pattern defines Peter's investment approach. Massive bets on unproven founders. These gambles frequently pay off spectacularly. PayPal looks like simple payment software on the surface. Underneath lies a radical libertarian philosophy. Money moving freely without government oversight. The exact principles driving today's cryptocurrency revolution. Such freedom attracts shadowy business sectors. PayPal's initial expansion comes from industries traditional banks refuse to touch: gambling operations and adult entertainment. Peter's political connections prove valuable here. Chafkin's research reveals Peter lobbying Congress to preserve legal online gambling and shield PayPal from national banking regulations. E-commerce is surging. Everyone wants easier online payment solutions. Peter and Max face serious competition. Another payment startup occupies the same building, actually the same floor. X.com operates just steps away. Its founder shares striking similarities with Peter. Elon Musk is another driven immigrant with South African roots. Both men disregard traditional banking conventions. Following established rules just slows progress. Neither company knows much about the other initially. Then a PayPal employee retrieves X.com's business plan from a trash bin. Suddenly, ignoring each other becomes impossible. Two giants now dominate online payments. PayPal expands rapidly while burning through cash. New users receive sign-up bonuses. Transaction fees pile up. Servers cost fortunes. Worse, the anonymity attracting users also invites credit card thieves. PayPal must reimburse fraud victims. Max creates Igor, fraud detection software identifying suspicious activity while preserving user privacy. Fraud drops by half. The FBI adopts this technology for tracking money laundering operations. Profitability remains elusive. Peter believes monopoly status provides the answer. Crush competitors, control the market, dictate the terms. As Peter famously declares, competition is for losers. By 2000, payment industry competition intensifies. PayPal still bleeds money. Elon proposes merging their companies. Peter accepts. Unity offers the best survival odds. Immediate conflict erupts. Disputes over branding, technology choices, everything. Elon assumes the CEO role through his larger ownership stake. Peter reportedly despises his leadership style, viewing Elon as dangerously reckless. Elon apparently considers Peter a cold-hearted sociopath. Their warfare paralyzes company progress. Peter plots a solution. When Elon leaves for his honeymoon, Peter strikes. Loyalists voice complaints against Musk. Board members are persuaded. Elon is removed. Peter becomes CEO. This calculated takeover establishes a pattern Peter will repeat again. 2002, Peter Thiel sits in the CEO chair at PayPal, operating on an entirely different level. He orchestrates a historic acquisition. eBay purchases PayPal for $1.5 billion. At 35 years old, Thiel transforms into a multimillionaire, pocketing at least $55 million from this single transaction. Capital and credibility now fuel his grandest ambitions. The moment he signs those acquisition papers, he also resigns as CEO. PayPal always served as a launching pad. Bigger ventures await, along with the luxurious lifestyle befitting extreme wealth. A silver Ferrari appears in his garage. Upscale apartments fill his real estate portfolio. The once bullied bookworm now commands every room he enters. Everyone wants proximity to Thiel. His personal ascent accelerates while America faces turbulent times. September 11th leaves the nation traumatized. Economic recession hits. An unpopular war begins. Thiel shares the national anxiety, particularly regarding religious extremism. He considers the Bush administration too soft. His political philosophy undergoes dramatic transformation. During Stanford years, his essays attacked government overreach. Now he advocates the opposite. America must pursue terrorists using methods beyond traditional constitutional boundaries. Security demands sacrificing certain freedoms. Thiel spots profit potential here. Remember Igor, the fraud detection software Max created? What if intelligence agencies could use similar technology to identify terrorists? 2003, Thiel rapidly assembles a development team. They name their creation Palantir, borrowed from Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. In those stories, a Palantir is a magical seeing stone, enabling vision across vast distances. The villain Sauron uses one for spying on enemies. Thiel essentially packages Sauron's power for commercial sale. Palantir promises to analyze massive data sets and reveal hidden patterns. U.S. intelligence agencies find this compelling. They possessed information about al-Qaeda operatives before September 11th, yet failed to connect the dots. When Osama bin Laden dies in 2011, whispers spread that Palantir helped locate him. Company valuation soars. Evidence supporting meaningful involvement remains thin. CEO Alex Karp skillfully avoids direct answers while implying some connection exists. One publication refuses to amplify the hype. Gawker reports finding zero credible links between Palantir and the Bin Laden operation. Their tech coverage regularly skewers Silicon Valley. Peter Thiel becomes their favorite target. He will handle Gawker eventually. Beyond Palantir, Thiel converts fledgling startups into industry titans. Summer 2004 brings his most legendary investment, becoming Facebook's first outside backer. That initial bet eventually returns approximately $400 million. His portfolio expands: Airbnb, Spotify, SpaceX, eventually OpenAI. By 2007, Thiel recognizes warning signs in housing markets. He bets against American real estate. 6 months later, he collects 60% returns. Banks crumble. 9 million Americans lose employment. Thiel reportedly celebrates by flying staff to Maui for unlimited luxuries. His winning streak eventually breaks. Poor investments devastate his hedge fund. By 2011, roughly 2/3 of client money has evaporated. This period darkens Thiel's worldview. His 2009 essay declares freedom and democracy are incompatible. His argument traces American decline to the 1920s when women gained voting rights. Women and economically struggling citizens oppose libertarian policies. Their votes obstruct his ideal society. Gawker gleefully mocks this essay. They report his investment disasters and publicly reveal his sexuality in 2007, information Thiel preferred keeping private. Thiel views Gawker's coverage as business sabotage. He quietly finances lawyers pursuing various cases against them. 2012 delivers the decisive opportunity. Gawker posts a leaked intimate video featuring wrestler Hulk Hogan. Hogan files suit. Thiel secretly provides $10 million backing this legal assault. Damages exceed $140 million. Gawker declares bankruptcy in 2016. Thiel proudly calls destroying Gawker his greatest philanthropic achievement. He compares their journalists to terrorists. Press freedom advocates condemn his tactics. Critics warn wealthy individuals can now weaponize courts to silence unfavorable coverage. Thiel is merely warming up. People commonly accept two certainties: death and taxes. Peter Thiel rejects both. Where others see unavoidable facts, he identifies solvable problems. His investments flow into biotech companies chasing radical life extension, while contempt for taxation fuels seasteading ventures. Artificial island nations operating beyond government reach. Floating libertarian paradises. He eventually abandons this concept. Other escape routes attract attention: survival bunkers in New Zealand, humanity colonizing Mars. A theme emerges. Peter Thiel constantly seeks exits from rules binding ordinary people. Escape at Thiel's scale demands extraordinary resources. Immortality research costs fortunes. Rewriting tax codes requires massive political influence. Fortunately, Thiel's wealth and power have grown substantially. 2007, Thiel takes an unusual step for Silicon Valley entrepreneurs, funding presidential campaigns. His first significant bet backs libertarian candidate Ron Paul, a long-shot contender commanding passionate supporters. Paul champions extreme free market capitalism, matching Thiel's ideology. Ron Paul loses the 2008 race to Obama. 4 years later, Paul tries again. Thiel becomes his largest financial supporter. Thiel understands Paul probably cannot win. His strategy looks further ahead. A 2012 interview reveals his actual goal: building libertarian momentum for 2016. Thiel seeks a specific leader, someone protecting his wealth, empowering technology, and sharing his conviction that America requires a strong man to restore greatness. Donald Trump emerges as the perfect vehicle. Thiel contributes $1.25 million to his campaign. During the 2016 Republican National Convention, Thiel addresses the primetime audience. "Tonight, I urge every American to stand up and vote for Donald Trump." Thiel presents himself as Silicon Valley's voice for Trump. Reality differs. Trump remains deeply unpopular among tech leaders. 0 major tech CEOs donate to Trump's 2016 campaign. Thiel's endorsement transforms him into an industry outcast. Friends reportedly sever relationships. Thiel remains unfazed. He embraces his emerging reputation as Silicon Valley's supervillain. He supposedly remarked, "I'd rather be seen as evil than incompetent." Trump's shocking victory places Thiel on the transition team. His assignment? Selecting appointees to disrupt regulatory agencies. A dream role for someone attacking government regulation throughout his career. Thiel reportedly recommends 150 candidates to Trump, hardcore libertarians alongside controversial fringe personalities. Trump approves only a handful. Thiel's initial White House capture attempt appears unsuccessful. He retreats temporarily, welcoming his first child. Yet shadows suit Peter Thiel perfectly. His business empire continues expanding, especially Palantir. COVID-19 brings government contracts analyzing pandemic data. 2025 reports reveal Palantir helping ICE locate immigrants under Trump's second administration. Their data network encompasses IRS tax records and cell phone location histories. Palantir now integrates facial recognition from Clearview AI, another Thiel-backed startup. The strategy remains consistent. Palantir prospers amid chaos. What resembles political defeat may simply represent Thiel repositioning strategically. He declines backing Trump's second presidential bid directly. Instead, he cultivates another politician entirely. We're effectively run by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable in their own lives. Thiel pours $15 million into J.D. Vance's primary campaign. Vance currently serves as vice president. Their relationship developed over years. Vance previously worked at Thiel's firm. Thiel became his mentor and personally introduced Vance to Donald Trump. Following Trump's 2024 victory, technology elites suddenly rally behind him. Elon Musk becomes his most prominent cheerleader. Mark Zuckerberg eliminates Meta's fact-checking systems. Google CEO Sundar Pichai donates $1 million before inauguration. January 2025, Trump's second inauguration. Major tech CEOs occupy the front row seats, positioned deliberately, visible to cameras and to each other. Their attendance signals alignment, proximity to power, and a shared understanding of where influence now flows. One notable figure skips the event. He does not need to be seen. He remains in the background. Peter Thiel. While others seek visibility, Thiel watches Palantir's stock surge to market-leading heights. The rise is sharp, sustained, and lucrative. Government contracts fuel this explosion, quietly transforming political access into financial momentum. Israeli military forces reportedly hire Palantir for AI-powered targeting capabilities. Allegations the company disputes. Ukraine employs Palantir systems in its war against Russia. These contracts do more than generate revenue. They grant access to extraordinarily sensitive information, battlefield data, intelligence patterns, decision-making systems, data that shapes outcomes. Few assets offer such concentrated power. Fewer still carry this level of potential for destruction. The question is simple and unresolved. Who controls this data, and who decides how it is used? We contacted both Thiel and Palantir seeking answers. We asked direct questions. Every question went unanswered. No clarification, no denial, no explanation. Thiel once explained his philosophy without hesitation. When technology is unregulated, you can change the world without getting approval from other people. At its best, it's not subject to democratic control. The statement was not a warning, it was a belief. Trump now promotes another Thiel concept: low-tax freedom cities where corporations operate beyond federal oversight. We'll actually build new cities again, Trump says. These freedom cities will reopen the frontier. The language evokes expansion, escape, and exemption. Freedom cities enable research without government approval. Regulation does not apply in the usual way. One already exists. Prospera in Honduras. The funding source requires zero guessing. The libertarian paradise Peter Thiel envisioned for decades no longer depends on Mars colonies or ocean platforms. It no longer waits for the future. It is being constructed deliberately and quietly right here in America.